Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Sensory. I am Miss Jennifer from the Central Library, and we have a special sensory today because it is National Library Week. Yay, libraries! And for today I wanted to share with you one of my absolute favorite sensory activities, and that is sensory bottles. So, sensory bottles can come in a lot of different forms. I have one here that I made for my son probably about 2 or 3 years ago at this point. And it is just water and oil. And when you mix it, you can watch it change color. And you can watch the oil and water separate back. They are fun. They're a really great calming piece as well. It provides a child something to focus on, allows them to recenter, refocus, calm down a little, might give them the distraction they need to take those calming breaths or get back to zero. It's also a lot of fun to just look at. Like I said, they come in a bunch of different forms, a lot of different things that you can put in there, and they can be really fun to just sit and stare at. So I have of course the water and oil one that I already made, and like I said, that is just water and oil. I think I used vegetable oil or probably olive oil. We have that a lot at home. And then I put some food coloring down in the bottom and just let it mix. The other one that I'm going to show you today is another water one, but this one's going to have some things in it. So what you're going to start with is a plastic bottle of some sort. We drink a lot of soda at my house, so we have a lot of soda bottles on hand. But you can also use like a pasta jar, and I'm going to show you a different one in our pasta jar later. Really anything you have on hand that is clear, that is plastic. These have a tendency to get thrown around. They're a lot of fun and kids get excited, and yeah. So you want to make sure it's not breakable. So our first step is going to be to find some supplies to put in our bottle. I have some beads, and I happen to have glitter because I love it. So I have some glitter that I'm going to add in there too. And the final step is going to be to add our water, and if you would like, some food coloring. Food coloring, entirely optional. Whatever you decide to put in there, beads, glitter, any sort of thing like that is going to add a colorful element to it anyway. So I'm going to start by dumping my beads in. Ooh. And always add your pieces first before you add your water so that you don't overflow with the water. And let's see if I can get this open. Okay, my glitter does not want to cooperate, but that's okay. I have sequins also. I like sparkly things apparently. So I'm going to add some sequins in there instead. All right. So I didn't go too crazy, just enough to line the bottom of it. The next step is going to be to add our water. And this might be a step that you as an adult will do. Depends on how old your child is, how confident you are with their pouring skills, etc. So we add our water. Okay, and mine didn't quite fill up all the way. I can add a little bit more. You don't want it completely full to the brim. You want to have a little bit of air in there so that they can, whatever objects you put in there can move around. Marbles are great in this. Beads of any are fine. Really just whatever you want to put in there that won't get destroyed sitting in the water for a long period of time. I'm going to add a drop of color. Excuse me, with these you don't need a lot of color as it's not a lot of water and you don't want to overpower what is whatever else you put in there. So 1 drop. So the next step is to take your bottle cap and add some glue. And this is going to be a part that a parent or an adult is going to do because, you know, don't want to have the glue everywhere, but it does need to be some sort of liquid glue that you can get into the cap. So I had some craft glue, use Mod Podge, Elmer's glue, really anything just to seal it so that your child can't get it off and get any of the contents inside, and also so that when they're playing with it, it doesn't come apart. So add some glue to your lid. Seal your lid on nice and tight and give it a shake. And there you go. You have a homemade sensory bottle. It's great to look at. It's fun to listen to. And it's just a really great calming tool anytime. So I do have another one that I'm going to show you really quick. And this one, we happen to have a sandbox. So this worked for us, but really the water sensory bottles are great. I've done these with a number of different kids. I've done them at daycares. They're always a hit. So for this one, I have sand and I'm going to add that to my jar. Like I said, this was a pasta jar. It is plastic, but it was a nice different shape than the usual soda bottle sensory bottles. Oof. Apparently my sand is very dusty. So I'm going to add in my sand. And you don't want to overfill this again. Same deal as before. You want a little air like you had in your water one. And I had some random things. I had some twigs left over from some crafting I did. I've got some more beads in there. I had some of these, those like decorative stones. So I grabbed a few of those. Paper clips, always great. And then I had some buttons. And that's kind of hard to see. There we go. So I had some buttons and I grabbed just a few, just some ones that had some decent color to them so you'd be able to find them. All right, and we put those in. And again with this one, you're going to want to glue the lid down. So make sure you add some glue to the inside of the lid. Seal it on really tight. And give it a shake. And these are fun because it's kind of hard to see in the in the camera, I'm sure, but you can do like a sensory find in this, kind of like a hide and seek, and ask the kids to give it a shake and see if they can see the paper clip, or can you find the stone that I put in there, that kind of thing. And that's another reason I say leave room. That way the items pop up above the sand and they can find, you know, whatever they found in there. This is also weighted. So with this one, I always watch kids while they're playing with it. It can quickly become a painful object if it drops on your toes or happens to get thrown. So that one I always monitor. But the kids like that one too, to kind of search and find. And again, just another version of a sensory bottle that you can use to play with, to help calm down with, however you'd like. So I'll go through them one more time. We had our water and oil sensory bottle. We have our water with objects sensory bottle, and our sand sensory bottle. And with the sand too, if you don't have sand, you rice to put in there, or like beans or something like that, where the objects that you put in with it would still pop up and show out. All right. So thank you for joining me. Happy Library Week. I hope that you are still enjoying all that the libraries have to offer virtually right now. And I will see you all next week. Bye.